Hello everybody, Just7 here, and yeah, tonight I'm putting out some MLP content. Just want to make it clear with my current stream, I ain't leaving Dungeons & Dragons behind, just having fun with more creative endeavors. So, on tonight's show, the quickest of questions, where exactly is the show taking place? Where are Zephyr Heights, Maritime Bay, and Bridlewood located on Equestria's map? So first we should probably look for Maritime Bay since it limits our range to just two locations, Horseshoe Bay and Manhattan. You could argue some other locations should be added to the ballot, but ultimately they just don't feel bay-ish enough for me. Does that make sense? Anyway. First I looked for any real pan-out shots and found this little frame from Editing 7 here. I've been looking for a source for this image using every possible word combination on Google for a cool half hour. Not a source for this image in sight. Real effective use of my time, to be honest. Where we see that Maritime Bay, the city, actually stretches over a straight coastline. So in that case, we're looking for a very long, very straight, very prominent bay that could stretch out long enough for a city to stand on only one side of it. While both seem big enough, Horseshoe's more prominent, so for the sake of thoroughness, I'll give it the first point. Another thing I want to mention is that from a new generation, we know that between the three cities is a big plain. That fits very well with Philadelphia, while Horseshoe Bay doesn't have any real contender, so that's a point for Manhattan. Sparky's egg is also something to consider. Assuming most dragons still live within their homeland, it's far more believable for an egg to make its way to Horseshoe Bay. So that's another point on the board. All this evidence is pretty good, but not really that conclusive. The egg could have gotten on that beach in any million of ways, and who knows, maybe before Equestria collapsed, they dabbled in some deforestation in the south. What I'm trying to say is that there are ways to fill in the gaps of both locations to make them fit for the story. So lastly, I want to try to get into the writers' heads and ask, which setting is ultimately more practical? Horseshoe Bay has a central location with close proximity to most of the important points from the old show, while never actually being explored in it, meaning all locations remain open to having new stories told about them. Meanwhile, Manhattan is in a kind of interesting location. It is close to Starlight's village, which, considering the Secrets of Starlight special, that could be a point in its favor. But ultimately, it's just kind of in such a weird location that I don't think it's worth having it be the main location of the new show. Plus, taking Occam's razor into account, Maritime Bay is probably the same place as the only other location ever mentioned in Equestria with the name Bay. So for now, I will crown South Horseshoe Bay as Maritime Bay, the Fall Mountains as Zephyr Heights, and any part of this southern forest as Bridlewood. Except, no. Editing 7 here again. While I was going back to get an image of the field between the three cities, I noticed two things. First, Izzy and Sunny, 100% gay. Second, this map. Oh my god, how didn't I notice it the first time? I was scared for a second that it completely ruined my entire theory, but no, it proves it in all the right ways. If we turn Equestria's map around, we can see that these two pretty much map onto each other. Now sure, Zephyr Heights is maybe a little bit closer to the coast than it should, but ultimately, that could just be chalked up to art style, so I'm freaking taking it. Honestly, the excitement I felt when I realized the similarities between the two maps was just unreal. It's really exciting to see how much care these writers really put into fitting G5 into the MLP universe, and it's honestly really fun. Maritime Bay is now the direct descendant of Baltimore. Again, I should have probably realized that earlier. Second, this forest, which still I'm pretty sure never gets named, is Bridlewood,
and those mountains, which I'm also pretty certain are unnamed, become Zephyr Heights. This is the first time I tried to make a video unscripted. Hope it works. Anyway, back to First Take Me.
And that's where this episode ends, but a new series begins. For every chapter I finish, I will note down every location and try to find where exactly they could be located on Equestria's map. Oh yeah, I didn't finish the show yet. That's probably a disclaimer I should put in front of any real theory video, but too late now. I think this could be a real fun project, kind of archaeology in a sense. Either making some crazy guesses on the story or creating some fun headcanons. I feel geography can often be neglected within world building, especially within the MLP fandom, so I hope to give it the spotlight it deserves. Until then, enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you all next time.